I could get used to this.
I have gathered everyone here today to make an important announcement. Perhaps some of you will have heard the news already. I am, in fact, planning to rebuild the Jade Chamber.
Rebuild the Jade Chamber? That's a huge project!
So the rumors are true. No wonder the price of building materials has gone up so much lately.
The Jade Chamber means a lot to Lady Ningguang. Getting involved in this would be a huge opportunity.
Lady Ningguang, is there any way we can be of service?
Patience. Since the news made it out a few days ago, I have already had many people contacting me to declare an interest in joining the project. Nevertheless, I do have a few matters I should like to entrust to you here today. The building site has been chosen, and most of the materials have been assembled. 3 key items are, however, still outstanding. They are as follows: Sunset Vermilionite, Wonder Cores, and Adepti Sigils.
Excuse my ignorance, Lady Ningguang. I'm familiar enough with Plostrite, but I've never even heard of...
Only sufficiently large pieces of Plostrite, or specifically Vermilionite, may earn themselves the Sunset moniker. This stone is what allows the Jade Chamber to float. Wonder Cores, meanwhile, are the central components of the mechanical structure of the Jade Chamber. Adepti Sigils serve as a means of integrating the mechanical devices with Adepti art. They are as indispensable as the mechanical core itself. Although these 3 items are rare, I trust that with your connections and capabilities, procuring them will not be a question of if, but of when. I take the saying, time is money, more seriously than most. Efficiency is everything. I will pay a generous price for the materials that you find, and in addition, the first 3 people who collect all the materials will have the opportunity to ask me a question. You may ask me anything, and I will give you an honest answer. I trust that this means of compensation will be to everyone's satisfaction.
These things won't be easy to get hold of. But if it means a chance to get some inside information on Liyue Harbor's development plan for next year...
Then it's the deal of a lifetime. Information from Lady Ningguang is priceless.
Haha, what a coincidence! I won't divulge too much, but I heard some murmurings about some Plostrite just the other day.
No. We better move quickly, or this opportunity will be snatched away from us.
Ningguang's rebuilding the Jade Chamber? This is a
So you heard my announcement, did you? What do you think? Interested? Yes. Providing the question pertains to something I am knowledgeable about.
Really? Ooh, then Paimon will ask you about how to run a business! Then we'll never be short of Mora ever again.
Of course. But how much information I share with you will depend on your performance. The construction of the Jade Chamber requires a great deal of space. The abandoned mine outside the Golden House has been selected as the building site. I have other business to attend to now. Otherwise, I would gladly escort you to the site in person. When you do, remember, this is a race against the clock. A rare opportunity presents itself to you. Do not...
Ningguang seems super busy. Come on, we'd better get going. First, we gotta get out of Eugene Terrace. Huh? Look! It seems like there's something kind of fishy going on over there.
Ma'am, you seem like an eminent and distinguished young lady to me. I can see that you're easily As it happens, We have some information about the materials that I...
No, I don't need it.
Don't be like that. Why don't you stand there?
Oh, right, yeah.
Did you hear that? They said they had some useful information. Information's just what we need right now. Let's follow them and see what we can find out. They're not here. Let's keep looking.
Well, will you look at that, man? Don't worry, we're not bad guys. You give us some mora, we give you a little info. Everybody's a winner.
Boss, I got a bad feeling about this. Look at her, the white hair, the energy she gives off.
So what? She's loaded. How are we ever going to repay those gambling debts if we just let money walk away from...
I've already told you, I don't need your information. If you still can't grasp that, I'm happy to repeat it in a way that won't be so easy to forget.
Come on, ma'am. It's not about whether you need the info or not, okay? It's about you taking out your money and handing it over and nobody getting hurt.
I won't...
No more excuses! I know you have money. Yeah, I saw you. Strolling into Leo Lee Pavilion, ordering a table full of food, and then Shinue kiosk, then Wanmin restaurant. Same story each time. You order all the... How could you afford to be so wasteful if you weren't from a rich family? And since you're so rich, what's the loss to you in giving us...
Master warned me not to lay a hand on anyone in Liyue, but here we are. Perhaps... yes.
Boss, I'm telling you, something's not right.
What are you afraid of? We're just selling information. It's not illegal. If she lays a finger on us, all the better. We'll sue her for everything she's worth.
Oh, you again.
Millilith? What are the Millilith doing here? Did you do this?
Silence! How dare you threaten innocent civilians? You're coming with us.
No, don't.
Shenhe,
Shenhe?
my name.
Oh, so your name's Shenhe. Paimon's name is, well, Paimon. And this is Paimon's travel buddy.
Oh, I've heard about you two before. Thank you for helping to defuse the situation. I could have dealt with it myself, though. I suspect smashing his head against the ground a handful of times is all...
You kid, this is Liyue Harbor. There are a lot...
laws. No,
Really? So,
that would be my stomach growling. I haven't eaten enough.
she's so on... Wait, that's right. They said you went around all the restaurants ordering this, and then of course you're still hungry.
Chingson, glaze lily, violet grass. These are my usuals. Medicinal herbs?
Kinda hard to explain. Anyway, Booba Pharmacy's not far away. After all, you can... Psst. Do you think Shenhe might be an Adeptus? It seems like it's her first time in Liyue Harbor, and she doesn't seem to get how things work here. If she is an Adeptus, that would explain everything.
Are you here to buy some herbs? I do hope you brought your prescription.
Chingson, glaze lily, and violet grass, please. Half a pound of each.
What kind of prescription is this? Sounds more like a lunch order. Oh, here you go.
Thank you.
She's really eating them!
My hunger has now abated. Rather awful. Though they were not completely devoid of sweet fragrance. After consuming a large quantity of them,
So, how come you chow down on these and barely touch the restaurant food? If Paimon had enough, Mora, Paimon would go to the fanciest restaurant in town and...
because I'm not sure whether I will remain here in the future. The food of the mortal realm is most delicious. But should I return to the mountains, yearning for the food here shall only pose an obstacle to my continued spiritual development. Sampling each dish in order to appreciate its taste is enough.
Return to the mountains! That proves it! Paimon knew she was an adeptus!
Enough about me. What are your plans from here?
Oh, right! Paimon almost forgot! We came and now we're probably super behind because we've been held up for so long.
I see. I heard.
Yep! You get to ask Ningguang any question you want if you win! Were you interested in the contest?
I came for the rebuilding of the Jade Chamber, but until this point. However, you have shown me your kindness, and I would now like to lend you my assistance.
Wow! But having an adeptus help out will make things a whole lot easier, so...
Then let's not delay.
Great! Paimon bets this is gonna be the awesomest plan ever!
I am not sure whether or to what extent this plan can be classified as awesome. I do hope we simply need to dispose of everyone who is currently ahead of us. Then, we alone shall become the victor.
Veto! That is not acceptable!
Really? But I hear that competition is in essence about conflict and one-upmanship.
Look, we want to win this competition fair and square, okay? Sunset Vermilionite, Wonder Course, and Adepti Sigils. Let's start at the top of the list and work down. So, for...
I was wondering who I could hear arguing over there. So, it's you.
Baiju? What are you doing out here?
Lady Ningguang wishes to purchase a large batch of wound dressing. We're running low at the store, so...
Huh? How come Lady
I'm not too sure. I did hear she's looking to rebuild the Jade Chamber. Maybe for its first aid on site? I didn't ask, though. Far be it... Oh, and she also borrowed Chi-Chi. Meaning Boo Boo Pharmacy is very short-handed right now. I don't suppose...
No, we've got other stuff to do. What?
Ah, the variety of plostrite used in the Jade Chamber, yes? There is some mention of it in the Seven Mountain Treatises. As far as the records show, virtually all Sunset Vermilionite in existence has been mined and taken possession of. But the Feiyun
Okay then, let's go. Thanks, Baiju.
You're quite welcome. Good luck to you all.
No time to lose. Master Xingqiu, thank goodness you're finally back.
Oh? Why do I detect an urge?
The guild has had a whole string of strange orders in recently. Your father gave me specific instructions to ask you to stay and help out if
I see. Have someone sort the orders by
Oh, how wonderful. Thank you.
Hey, Xingqiu. Glad you're here. We want to ask you for some information.
Traveler, Paimon, please wait a moment. Shu, I need to entertain some guests. Please continue with your work for the time being, and we'll discuss the matter of the guild's...
Understood, Master Xingqiu.
I wasn't counting on finding you here today. What's going on?
Xingqiu, have you ever heard of Sunset Vermilionite?
Oh, I see. So you've entered Lady Ningguang's contest as well.
As well? Do you mean...
The truth is, the Feiyun Commerce Guild is in possession of some Sunset Vermilionite, but only one piece. We are holding it on behalf of someone who has asked us to put it up for auction. And a lot of interested parties have already come to us inquiring about the price. At the end of the day, it all comes down to supply and demand. In this case,
I'm guessing the final transaction price may be in excess of 500 million more.
500 million?!
Honestly, I would recommend that you don't bother bidding on this one. The price is greatly inflated, and it's just not worth it.
But without any...
Don't panic. I don't suppose you ever heard of Sea Gazer?
Who?
Sea Gazer was once very close to Mountain Shaper, but if I am not mistaken, he has already passed away.
Yes, precisely. I didn't know anyone else knew about him. According to records of drifting clouds, Sea Gazer once built an abode to store his rarest and most exquisite treasures, among which was some sunset vermilionite. After Sea Gazer passed, the abode was abandoned, and its location was lost to time. Luckily, I came into possession of a stack of folk history books just recently. They make some oblique references to this lost abode, and after cross-referencing them against each other, I'm now fairly certain that it is situated in the Lisha area.
That's great! But wouldn't it be a little, disrespectful?
You needn't worry. As far as I understand, Sea Gazer was very open-minded. Even while he was alive, he wouldn't have let something like this bop.
Open-minded? I have not heard of Sea Gazer being described...
Just a rumor I heard out in the mountains. All right then, let's go.
There's something about this young lady... Oh, I almost forgot. Adepti abodes tend to have very ingenious designs, especially when it comes to their defense mechanisms.
Okay, we would...
Let me finish.
I could get used to this. Yep.
Let's see. Xingqiu said it should be around here, but Paimon doesn't see anything.
This place was hidden using a special Adepti art.
Wow, that's amazing! Yep, let's take another look around. Hey, look! Is that a new Sealy over there? The Sealy... What? Weren't we at a waterfall just now? Oh, so many clouds. It feels like we're high up in the sky.
I believe this is the abode of that Adeptus. With any luck, the sunset vermilionite we're looking...
Really? Let Paimon... Look, it's gone and snuck beneath the cloud. And now that Paimon takes a closer look, the rocks and trees here don't seem complete.
These are not real clouds. They are the product of an... If we want to go down, we must first destroy the mechanism.
All right, then let's do it.
I sense the presence of monsters in this place.
Obey! Unleash! You will obey! Unleash!
It appears that we've been taken for intruders. This time, why not allow me to take care of this?
Cryo Incarnate! Take your true form!
Manifest! Unleash!
The core of the mechanism is exposed. Now's our chance.
Obey!
A touch of frost.
Time for your arraignment! Boom!
You're mine. Brace yourself. This is gonna hurt.
Spirit Cleave. Attack!
It looks like we need to go further down. But before that, let's destroy the guard mechanisms on this level first.
Submit for judgment. Tidal wave.
Unleash!
Let's dance.
Manifest!
One with my blade.
Cryo incarnate!
Incinerate! Inadmissible evidence!
From whence you came. You're mine.
My will embodied!
Shouldn't let your guard down.
Motion to compel!
Unleash! I shall not yield!
La 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 la. Let the show begin.
Manifest! Do your master's bidding!
Spirit blade. Attack.
Let's dance.
Unleash!
We're gonna fall. This time, we're really gonna fall. So high. Luckily, there was a pool of water at the bottom. Otherwise, that could have ended very differently. Hey! That Sealy's on the move again. Let's catch up with it. Something looks different about this stone wall. Let's take a closer look. Let's dance.
Manifest!
Let the show begin.
Force my blade.
yourself. This is gonna hurt.
Time for your arraignment!
From whence you came.
Cryo Incarnate! Unleash!
Swift and merciful. Tidal wave.
Motion to compel! Let's dance!
My will embodied!
Ready, steady, go!
Obey!
A touch of frost. Submit for judgment. Amateur mistake.
Boom! I'll protect us.
By ordinance divine! Unleash!
Shouldn't let your guard down.
Manifest!
Spirit blade. Attack!
Inadmissible evidence! Incinerate! Motion to compel!
One with my blade. You're pretty good.
Incinerate! La, la, la. Let the show begin.
Cryo Incarnate! Unleash! Manifest!
Brace yourself. This is gonna hurt.
Boom!
From whence you came.
Time for your arraignment! Motion to compel!
Obey!
I'll protect us. Heck? Is this the sunset vermilionite? It's so huge! That's true.
Plostrite doesn't float until it's activated. It may look different from only after being activated does Plostrite reveal its true nature, breaking free from the shackles.
Wow, Shenhe.
Only because my master is fond of chatting about these things. The moment she has some time to spare, I don't care for her stories most of the time. I certainly didn't expect them.
Hold on a sec. Paimon just realized something. If we activate it here, there's no way we'll be able to get it back to the site, right? Heck, we'll be dragged up into the sky too! But if we don't activate it, how else are...
Don't worry. I can handle the...
Are you sure?
Please don't worry. I'm well aware that a Plostrite sample this large must be highly valuable. I will be gentle with it and make sure it does not get damaged. My safety.
That's right! Paimon's sure you can handle it and everything, but if you gotta be extra careful when lifting heavy up...
Is it? I'll go on ahead with the Plostrite. Let's meet at the...
How is Shenhe able to carry that huge rock all by herself? Huh. Adepti super strength much? We can't slow down yet. Let's go meet her at the building site.
Perfect weather for fishing. The sound of the rain scares them away, but once it stops, they're yours for the taking.
I could get used to this.
Oh my god, I can't believe my eyes.
How can she lift that massive rock all by herself?
Oh, mighty Adeptus, please give me your blessing so...
This is top tier in size and quality, and the condition it's in is quite simply immaculate. I'm going to award you full marks for the Sunset Vermilionite item.
My name isn't important. I'm not even here to compete. I was just delivering this for some other people. They should be here any minute now.
Shenhe and Ningguang's little helper.
Ah, so you're the ones behind this. No wonder. The rarest talent turns in the rarest Plostrite specimen. But I have to correct you on one point. It's not helper, it's secretary.
Okay then, Miss Secretary.
In truth, it is the finest piece of Plostrite we have received so far. If everything goes according to plan, we will use this piece in the foundation of the Jade... As a side note, Lady Ningguang has rented some dwellings in the nearby area to serve as accommodations for the contestants. If you need a place to rest, you are welcome to stay there. Now, please excuse me. As you can see, there is still a lot of work to do on the building site.
Shenhe! Just now on the way over, pretty much everyone was singing your praises!
Oh, really?
What kind of reaction is that? Whenever Paimon gets praised, Paimon can't help but hold her head up high and break into a big smug smile!
I've had similar compliments before. They call me an Adeptus, treat me with great deference and respect.
Yeah, 'cause that's how Adepti are. At least the ones we've met are pretty unique and reclusive, too.
But I am not...
Shenhe?
I'm fine. I've been exerting myself quite a lot ever since we set foot in that abode. I'm just...
Well, Byron said that there are some makeshift hotels we can...
No need. I simply need to find...
You can't don't do that. It's when you're hungry, you go eat something tasty. And when you're tired, you go lie down in a nice, comfy bed. All right? Seriously.
Okay.
Great! Now we're talking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hi there! Checking in, are we? Since this was chosen as the building site for the new Jade Chamber, we've had a constant stream of... So, business is booming for me today. Very few vacancies. You're lucky.
Great!
One of your rooms is still being cleaned. I guess it should be ready within the hour. Here are your keys. All right.
Shenhe, you should go get some rest. Paimon's gonna go see if there's anything good to eat around here. Paimon, let's buy one for Shenhe too. She can have it as...
All right. If you need anything, don't hesitate to disturb me. I'm a light sleeper. I will hear if you knock on the door. Mm-hmm.
Hey! Isn't that Cloud Retainer? What's she doing here? Let's go and say... Let the show begin.
One trusts you have met Shenhe. So, are you getting along quite well?
So far, so good. Yeah. So, you know Shenhe too, Cloud Retainer?
Naturally. Save for Ganyu, who spends the majority of her time in Liyue Harbor. All the Adepti living today are acquainted with Shenhe to some degree.
Cool. So, what's her Adeptus name anyway? Calling her Shenhe feels kind of friendly, but also kind of disrespectful. So Paimon's...
Her Adeptus name? Why pray
don't all Adepti have a special title they go by?
On this latter point, you are correct. However, Shenhe is human.
Oh, right. Wait, what? What? You knew already?
Do you mean to say that she presents differently from ordinary human beings?
Well, to start with, her problem-solving methods...
Ah, yes. She was like this all those years ago. One first found Shenhe by chance in a cave. One was passing by and sensed the presence of a god's remains. Being of an ever-vigilant disposition, inside was Shenhe, then aged around 6 years old. In her hand, she held a dagger with which she was confronting a monster that was the god.
That sounds so...
When one arrived, she had already been locked in confrontation with this monster for several days. Most mortal children are fragile, both physically and mentally. That she was able to endure such terrible danger was due not only to her strong willpower, but also to the one dealt with the monster. Yet she still refused to lower her guard. She even pointed her dagger in one's direction and remained ready to strike. Only after...
In other words, if you hadn't passed by them...
Not necessarily. Upon one's arrival, one could sense that the god's wrath was gradually receding. Even had the stalemate continued, one suspects...
That's still so dangerous, though. Why was...
Alas, the mortal world is rife with suffering of every kind. And she had experienced her fair share of this, even at a tender age. Indeed, it is one to whom she refers. Shenhe has an extraordinary constitution, making her well adapted to practicing the Adepti arts. All the Adepti cherished. However, her homicidal urges did not subside with age. Mooncarver once performed a divination for her. He declared that her fate is to bear the curse of calamity. Consumed by malevolent energy, she is prone to bring harm to those around her. Such is the magnitude of the danger this poses. The red ropes have indeed served to keep her calmer and more content. They also seem to have rendered her somewhat It is only by fate that people's paths may cross. Now that Shenhe's path has crossed with yours.
Oh, now Paimon gets it.
Huh. You dare draw such a facile conclusion on the nature of one's present excursion. Ningguang once made a bold assertion that this is to be the era of the contract between Liyue and the humans. If she handles it admirably, one is willing to be a witness to her achievements. Let us conclude our conversation here for today. One has occupied enough of your time, and...
So, Shenhe isn't an Adeptus after all!
A human raised by the Adepti is precisely what Liyue...
Hey! So, Shenhe...
Master has relayed my situation to you, I take it.
Oh? How did you know?
I'd intended to wait until you came back before going to sleep. I was worried that something may have happened to you. So I went outside to check. On top of this, you have been acting very strangely around me this morning, causing me to suspect that my master... After all, master...
Sorry, Shenhe.
It's okay. I don't mind. The fault is mine for not explaining everything to you sooner. Because in my experience, trying to explain is a futile pursuit. Still, though you mistook me for an Adeptus, you never treated me as distant and unapproachable. For this, I am very grateful.
To be fair, we've met our fair share of real Adepti, too. Anyway, now it's settled. From now on, you're our friend, whether you're an Adeptus or a human.
Got it. Although I don't know quite what it entails in terms of what I have to do, I must say I like the type.
Great! Well, now that we're all rested up, we should... But before we do that, let's go to the building site and ask Ningguang's little helper how the... After all, Sunset Vermilionite is so rare. Paimon doubts many competitors will really be able to find any. Oh, and another thing. We bought some grilled chicken drumsticks on the way back last night. There was a place just outside. Here's one for you, Shenhe. Try it! They're so good.
I concur. It has a rich flavor, far more agreeable than those I've cooked for myself in the wilderness in the past.
Look! The Jade Chamber is floating into the sky! But it seems to be tied down by something.
That's because it's not finished.
Hey, Bywin! And hey, Beidou! And hey, person Paimon doesn't know?
Given the enormous scale of the Jade Chamber, we split the construction work into 2 phases to make sure the structure remains balanced. Before we find some suitable plastrite, we build the Jade Chamber's keel at ground level. Once the plastrite is ready, we place it into the keel and let the partially constructed Jade Chamber rise up to the height of the surrounding mountain peaks. The remainder of the construction work is then carried out at that altitude. Once everything is ready...
Miss Bywin, we've brought some new materials to submit.
One moment. I'll be right there. The construction work has only been able to progress this rapidly thanks to the plastrite provided by you. Lady Ningguang is most grateful and looks forward to seeing more of your work.
Wow, can't believe you sourced the plastrite so quickly. It's the key piece of the puzzle. Looks like you beat us to the punch.
Beidou, you're joining the Jade Chamber?
Sure am. I happened to get my hands on a chunk of sunset vermilionite on a voyage a while back, so...
Huh. So even though it's rare...
Oh, I've got some introductions to do. This is the renowned Miss Yun, or Yunjin, probably the most famous figure in the Liyue opera scene.
Greetings.
These two are Paimon and the Traveler, both good buddies of mine. And this is... Sorry, not sure we've met.
Shenhe. I am their... friend.
Good to meet you. A friend of a friend is my friend too. Or, as I like to say, a mate of a crewmate is part of the crew. Miss Yun is also here for the contest. Turns out she needed to borrow a boat, so we came together.
It's an honor to finally meet you both. I've heard much about you. To be honest with you all, I am in great need of this opportunity to ask Lady Ningguang a question. That's why I joined the contest. Thanks.
Wow. So,
excuse me for prying, Miss Shenhe, but...
No, I don't have any questions for Ningguang.
In that case, Lady Ningguang said that the first 3 contestants to procure all 3 materials will be awarded the Instead of competing against each other, we could work together to secure the top 3 places between us.
Sounds great, but how does it change things exactly?
I think I see where you're going with this, Miss Yun. The plastrite was the most difficult item to source by a long shot. Luckily, all 3 of us managed to get our hands on it. The 2 remaining items aren't quite so rare, so as long as one of us finds a way to source it, the other 2 can hop on the bandwagon. How'd I do? Is that what you...
Precisely.
Huh.
Okay then. All right. I'll go first. From what I've heard, the core itself is really not that difficult to make. The hard part is getting hold of the ore used as raw materials. I'm gonna head back to the ship and—
We will head into town and seek advice from Master Zhang of Hanfeng's Ironmongers. Thoughts?
Wonderful. I'm gonna take off. See you later.
Okay, by the way, what question are you gonna ask?
I'm looking for a venue to host the performance of our new opera.
Ooh, what's the opera called?
The opera is a labor of love by my father. He wrote it based on a popular urban legend about an evil spirit. It's called The Divine Damsel.
No time to lose.
Let the show begin.
No time to lose.
Ah, hello. Are you here for something off the
Excuse me, Master Zhang. We were wondering if you'd heard of something called a Wonder Core.
Of course I have. Sorry.
My name is Yunjin. Perhaps you don't know me, but I believe that you forged some weaponry for my father in the past, for stage use.
Yunjin? Stage use? Sorry. My brain's finally caught up. It's not used to doing much beyond bashing a hammer. So, you're here to ask about Wonder Cores, huh? As it happens, I do know how to make them. Matter of fact, I made some for... The types of ore needed to make Wonder Cores are a little hard to come by. Lady Ningguang supplied...
No, we were gonna ask...
Sure. Well, you'll need to, if I remember correctly, Lady Ningguang sourced her Star Splinter iron from the Mount Tian. It could take some work, but if you stick with it, you'll find some eventually. As for the Subrosium, though, I'm really not sure. Sorry. What I've heard is that the people around Mount Tianheng have some sort of magic trick that can pinpoint the location. Of course, it's probably just hearsay. If you want my advice, start by looking for Star Splinter iron around Mount Tianheng. And if you run into any locals, ask them a few questions about Subrosium.
Mount Tianheng.
Interestingly enough, the story of the divine damsel of devastation also takes place on that mountain. I hear the view there is quite spectacular. A favorite destination of the Adepti, and perhaps it can give me some inspiration. Let's not... I came to Mount Tianheng once with my father as a child. I remember it being such a long climb that I could barely feel my legs by the time we reached the top. This is quite a trip down memory lane for me. Look at these majestic, towering peaks. No wonder the legend of the divine damsel of devastation is said to have taken place here. Adepti wander oft where mortals seldom stride. Indeed, this looks like a place that one might...
The Divine Damsel of Devastation is your upcoming opera, right? And the story takes place in Mount... What's the story about?
It's the story of a girl becoming a hero.
Cool.
The legend first arose in this area. In that village, there was a loving couple who were completely devoted. The wife was out collecting herbs and was captured by the monster. Her husband was so distraught at the news, the vile and vicious monster told the villagers,
"What a nasty piece of work!
But the monster was so terrible and so strong that all within the village were terrified. Just while they were discussing whose child would be given over to the monster, a little...
No!
Unbeknownst to anybody else, she was concealing an exorcist's blade. She approached the monster's lair, feigning fear and trepidation. When she finally arrived, she courageously drew her sword. Her extraordinary abilities drew the attention of the Adepti, and they took her as one of their own. Her story became the stuff of legends. But alas, the paths of mortals and Adepti seldom cross, and she would never again re-enter the mortal world. And so, destined to grace the mortal realm for but a brief moment, she vanished like a wisp of smoke into thin air.
I really like this story, but I personally think that perhaps the little girl was not as brave as the opera makes her out to be. I'm not sure she deserves all the praise she is given.
I've never... Opera is always an interpretation of the events it purports to portray. A certain degree of deviation from the truth is always inevitable. When my father wrote the script for this play, I suppose his intention was to...
I think...
Well, it sure inspired Paimon!
Yeah! 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 Yeah!
Boom!
Who's next? Yeah. No time to lose.
This should be enough Star Splinter iron. Now we just need to find that Subrosium.
I think I saw a village on our way here. Master Zhang said we should ask the locals for help. Why don't we try there?
Hey, there really is someone here. Yunjin, looks like you were right. Huh. He didn't...
Hello, sir. We were just passing by.
Is he trying to tell us to look for clues in the village? Shenhua, Yunjin.
Sorry, you can go ahead without me. I'd like to have a word with this gentleman. If that's okay with you, Uncle Mingjin.
It's...
Shenhe.
Shenhe. You're alive. The rumors were true. So, I'm sorry, I don't know how to find Subrosium. But I think this place is deserted now.
Huh? You...
Thank you, kind sir. Well, don't worry. Mingjin has no ill intention towards Miss Shenhe.
Okay, then let's see what we can find the...
I came back here once before, a few years ago. Alone. I hid it. It was deserted then, too. Except for a few low-life bandits. Everyone and everything I remember, I tried explaining to them that I wasn't an Adeptus. Just an ordinary person. When I saw how run down all these houses were, I felt at a loss. It was like I took a look at the world, and on the surface, it looked like a vast realm.
Suddenly,
So much time has...
Last time I visited, I felt so upset.
It is easy for your mind to run wild when you are alone.
Yes, my...
The remains of a god, an abandoned village, Mount Tianheng. Does this mean that the true story of the divine damsel of devastation? The time frame certainly matches. Huh. What's this? So, now that I think about it, she does behave rather like an adept, so that's why I've been getting this strangest feeling when, according to this text, the divine damsel from the opera was actually the daughter of the and she didn't volunteer. She was sacrificed to the monster. Oh, the truth is even more lamentable than the opera. Now I understand why Shenhe said the girl was not as brave. Oh, it looks like...
We've looked everywhere, but still no mention of... Brosium. Let's have a look over there. So basically, we need to go to the middle of the lake south of Mount Tianheng at dusk, and we'll find us some Sabrosium! Let's go back and tell Shenhe the news!
One year when I was back visiting, I heard a story about a white-haired adept. I was a very close friend of your father's. I could have stopped him from performing the summoning ritual. I had plenty. I bring flowers back here every year.
Apologize for what? If you'd stopped him, he'd only have found another way. There is nothing he wouldn't have done for his true love.
Do you still...
I don't know what I feel. I'm told my fate is to bear the curse of calamity, so my master bound my soul with red ropes to curb my aggression. But it also... So if you ask me how I feel about the past, if I hate my father or not...
It must have been so tough for...
Shenhe, we're back!
Oh, then I will leave you all in peace. I'll tell you more about the old...
Thanks, mister. We found some info in the end. Shenhe, look! This tells us how to find some...
Let's go then.
Miss Shenhe, there's something I'd like to talk just now. In the village, we found your father's diary.
Why?
I know I say that opera always deviates from the truth, but now that the main character is...
It's okay. I like your version.
But,
My master once said that the day I learn how to use my strength for the good of others is the day that I can truly become part of human society. So, I hope that one day I might be brave, but I've never thought this way before, and I wonder whether I will continue.
Don't worry. In fact, I think maybe you've already started to become the person you aspire to be.
Shenhua! Yunjin! Cut the chit-chat! We can't let someone else beat us too!
Heart be pure.
What brings you here? Have they found a solution to the danger in the sea? Ningguang didn't tell. Something has happened in Guyan Stone Forest. But these things can be unpredictable. I have only a single mountain lies between here and Leo. If things get out of control,
That's everything we need! Let's head back and report in! Paimon's curious if Beto's made any progress. So...
This is some top-quality ore you found. Guess now it's my time.
Hey everyone, how's the A-team doing? I ran into a bit of a brick wall on my end. Suling's never seen a one-
Leave the wonder course to me. Don't worry.
Much obliged, Master John.
I'll sort that out.
Oh? You got-
Yes. I have been training with the Adepti for years. When we first met, I told you I came for the Jade Chamber, not the contest. In fact, I came specifically to deliver Adepti sigils. Master heard that Ningguang was planning to rebuild the Jade Chamber. Master also said she hoped that I can take this opportunity to rejoin human society. But now that I'm here, I wonder if maybe it won't work for me to stay here after all.
Without knowing the ins and outs of your situation, but now that our paths have crossed, we'll always have a connection. So if you're ever feeling down, come find me on my ship. There'll be a drink waiting for you.
Thank you. So, Master Zhang, I'll need to use your facility.
Fine by me. I'm actually curious to see...
Whew. The sigils are ready. Though they are in some respects inferior to my master's, I can assure you...
I've finished forging the things you asked for, too.
Great! Let's go submit them before someone else gets... Ningguang's little secretary! We found all the materials!
Oh, all three of you found them. The Wonder Claws and Adepti sigils look good. I hereby announce that the winners of this—
What? It's over already?
So close, but so far.
I'd like to invite our three winners to please proceed to the Jade Chamber.
Huh? Where's Beto?
Captain Beto has some business to attend to. She will
All right, then. Guess we'll head on up to the Jade. This has been a long time coming.
Combine the Adepti sigils with the Wonder Cores and insert them into the Jade Chamber's control compartment. The construction of the new Jade Chamber is now officially complete. Thank you all for your work.
Yeah!
Miss Yun, I've already heard something about the reason for your involvement.
That's right. Lady Ningguang, I would like to hear your opinion.
The unveiling of Miss Yun's grand new opera surely requires a venue of equal grandeur. So what would you say if I proposed that we stage your first performance right here, in the newly built Jade Chamber? The Jade Chamber offers a splendid panoramic view of the mountains and the bustling city. It is fitting for the finest performance to be—
Thank you, Lady Ningguang. Then I will—
You're quite welcome. It's—
A traveler, Shenhe, Paimon?
You're next. What is your question? I should clarify. I do not know your brother's whereabouts. Please, don't waste your question on this matter.
Wow. You're a mind reader, Ningguang. Oh, well. Guess Paimon will ask a question then.
Managing a successful business is not as simple as you might think. Capital, connections, sensitivity to the trends, an instinct for what is a good opportunity. If you want to know how to make money, I will honor our agreement and give you an answer. But that is not to say that it will work for you.
Wow. Paimon hadn't even asked the question yet.
Your question was written all over your face. Now look, you helped me rebuild the Jade Chamber, and I intend to repay you handsomely for it. So I promise you that should you one day require financial assistance, you may seek employment here. I will pay you at the highest rate of remuneration.
Great! So next up, no more questions from us. Shenhe, you got a question?
Me?
Yes, this is a group effort.
Thank you. But I don't have anything to ask.
Are you sure? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I'd urge you not to squander it.
Yeah, just don't waste it. Hold on a sec.
Lady Ningguang, do you think I can ever fit in Liyue Harbor?
Now that is an interesting question. Liyue Harbor is very inclusive. As long as you respect the rules here, you will not be turned away. So, the key is whether or not you yourself can develop a sense of belonging in Liyue Harbor.
Oh, a sense of—
Yes. To become fond of a place, to feel part of it. It always requires a reason. Perhaps someone you've met, or something you've experienced here. Or perhaps you enjoy the atmosphere of Liyue, and you will become accustomed to it. In short, everyone needs a reason to stay.
Hey, what's going on? I just went to see the fleet. I'm a little later than expected.
Come on, Beto. It's your turn.
Me? Nah, I ain't got any questions. She forced me to help out, so I figured I may as well get Ningguang. Don't forget what we talked about. It's not gonna be easy to deal with. I don't think my fleet can take it on their own.
Don't worry. I have made preparations. The wound dressings are ready, and the Millilith have set up an ambush.
Glad to hear it. Watch your back.
Beto, Ningguang.
You'll see when the Jade Chamber ascends. However, it's not the most pleasant topic of conversation. When I first set foot in the Jade Chamber, I stood at the edge of the platform. At that time, I dreamed that one day my wish has not changed to this very day. However, it is not only out of consideration for myself that I hope the Jade Chamber will always float in the skies above Liyue Harbor, bearing witness to the prosperity and peace of the human world. And I hope that you can all witness it with me. Let the Ascension ceremony commence! the Avenger of the Vortex, Beisht.
Who is that?
Osial's wife. Final follower of the Overlord of the Vortex.
Sounds like you knew this was coming.
Beidou sensed something was stirring in the deep. She warned me months ago. Knowing she harbors hatred toward the Jade Chamber, I chose to rebuild it now as a way of drawing her out.
Got it. Well, let's go fetch the Adepta.
No.
Huh?
In this human age, the people of Liyue must find a way to overcome this crisis on our strength alone!
What's that? Wait! A giant wave!
You are a cursed child. Your life brings nothing but disaster to us all. At least if you die, I can bring her back.
The day you learn how to use your strength for the good of others is the day that you can truly become part of human society.
What are you doing here?
We can't let you be the only one taking this risk!
I hardly see this as a great risk. The people of Liyue Harbor are well prepared, and she is already badly injured. Only sheer willpower is keeping her alive. I may be nearing the end of my stamina, but in a fight to the death, I think I have the upper hand.
We'll help too!
Transfiguration!
Ha! Submit for judgment. Ja!
merciful.
Unleash! Obey! Cryo incarnate!
Come on, we can do it.
My will embodied! Manifest!
From whence you came.
My will embodied! Take your true form! Obey! I will wipe them out! Do your master's bidding!
Let's dance. I'll protect us.
Transfiguration! Take your true form!
Time for your arraignment! Motion to compel!
Incinerate!
Spirit Blade, attack!
You'll regret that!
Let the show begin.
Transfiguration!
I'll protect us.
By ordinance divine!
Objection!
A touch of frost.
Let the show begin.
Submit!
fit for judgment, one with
My will embodied! I shall not yield!
Let's dance.
Forth, my blade!
Boom!
Manifest! My will embodied!
A touch of frost, from whence you came!
She's getting away! Shouldn't we go after her?
This place is unstable. It is too risky to continue pursuing her. If the place collapsed, the consequences would be disastrous. Let's head back. I'm just a little exhausted. I wanted to deal with it myself. I didn't expect you. Don't worry. She's not coming back anytime soon.
How did things go underwater?
It's been dealt with. She was injured before entering the water.
Good. So the crisis has been safely averted.
Lady Ningguang, the fleet reports that the sea monster has left Guyun Stone Forest and the surround—
Thank you.
Thanks to the medical supplies you prepared and Lady Keqing's command, of course we owe huge thanks to this young lady for her help. On behalf of the entire Millelith, thank you for your service.
Great. Then next time I watch Miss Yun, I wasn't trying to be a hero, though.
Let the soldiers recuperate, but don't let your guard—
Yes, ma'am.
You've been monitoring us for some time now. I trust you've reached a conclusion.
You wish to hear one's opinion. Well, things would have hardly gone so smoothly had it not been for Shenhe.
That I do not deny. However, final victory was always going to be ours, even had things been a little more arduous. If it came to it, I could always destroy another Jade Chamber.
One has observed your adaptation of the Guizhong Ballista, and find oneself compelled to admit that you have evidenced some degree of novel thinking. You have learned from past failures and prepared for this crisis in advance. This is considerable progress compared to the last time. Hence, on balance, one finds your performance during this trial satisfactory enough. But there will no doubt be further trials to—
While the position of Tianquan remains mine, I will always ensure Liyue's safety.
Shenhe, one saw you secretly venture out from the mountains a few years ago. And notice the air of dejection in which you return. Hopefully this trip to Liyue Harbor has been a different experience.
Yes. I can't explain it. I feel happier than I expected.
Good. Traveler, please take good care of Shenhe. In fact, one has many fond memories.
There'll be no need for that.
Oh, fine. Since you care not to listen, one shan't be telling you.
Please, have a good rest. We must celebrate both the completion of the Jade Chamber and the fact that
Wow! Everyone's already seated! It's Paimon's first time attending a banquet in the Jade Chamber.
all of you here are my distinguished guests. I am determined that each of you thoroughly enjoys yourself. Those who don't drink alcohol, please, help yourself to other beverages. Fine wine is a delight to the senses, but it is far from the only one. I trust you will—
Have you heard? Miss Yun's going to be performing today.
Sure have. Honestly, it's the main reason I'm here. I've never missed any. I hear she's going to perform The Divine Damsel of Devastation today, the one written by her father.
Hey, look!
神女劈冠到这里本该接近尾声，但今日我再添一笔，唱与诸位听。知道为敌人不是，自有知音和情思。红缨烈女见了心，只知不操心。彼时鹤归，茫茫天地无依靠，孤身离去。今日再会，新朋旧友坐满堂，共聚此时。
What did you think? Personally, I thought I sang rather well.
It was beautiful.
It was wonderful.
You're welcome. Thanks to you, the play has an ending. But life...
Thank you. I think I found...
Ms. Yun! Here you are, huh? Hey, this young lady with the white hair looks like some kind of VIP. Wait, you're the girl from the opera, aren't you? The divine damsel herself? Let me pull up a chair, all right.
Alternatively, you could leave us alone. That is, if...
Uh-oh, this feels all too familiar. Shenhe's back.
Hey, what are you doing?
Calm down, Shenhe. Calm down.